Hi, Courtney. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for giving me permission to record this conversation today. So, I just want to briefly introduce myself and let you know why we're here today. So, I'm Stacy, and today I'm going to be conducting a brief, about 10-minute nutrition assessment on you. So, I'll be asking you some different questions about your nutrition, your physical activity, things like that. So we can go ahead and get started. I've got my notes to the side of me, and I'll be taking notes throughout the session as well. So the first thing I want to ask you is if you could give me an idea of what a typical meal plan or meal pattern would be for you throughout the week. So something like how many times are you eating a day? Let's start there.
Okay, I do 3 to 5 times a day.
3 to 5 times a day. Okay. And what would you call those meals that you're eating? Are you eating like breakfast, lunch, dinners?
I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I have 2 snacks, one in between breakfast and lunch, and then one in between lunch and dinner.
Okay. And is that something that's pretty consistent throughout the week, as well as the weekends?
Yes.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about what you like to eat during those meal times. So let's start with breakfast. What's a typical breakfast for you like?
2 to 3 scrambled eggs, a little bit of shredded cheese. I will have 1 thin slice of white bread with jelly and butter. And then I will have breakfast potatoes. They're just like frozen new potatoes. And then there's like onions and peppers. So that's what I'll typically eat for breakfast.
Okay, great. And how about for lunch?
For lunch, I will have like a variation of either a soup or a salad with some protein, whether it's a grilled chicken or grilled shrimp. Sometimes I'll have a sandwich with like deli turkey meat and like some cheese and lettuce.
Okay, great. And how about for dinner?
For dinner, I will typically have like a vegetable soup. If I feel like I need a little more, like maybe some more protein, I'll have like grilled chicken, or sometimes I'll just scramble up some eggs.
Okay. And you mentioned that you have a couple of snacks throughout the day. What do those snacks usually look like for you?
They're typically some sort of fruit or nut. So I have like an oral allergy to a lot of fruits. So I'll eat like canned mandarin oranges, or I'll have like grapes. I can eat grapes or like canned peaches. And then I'll sometimes have sunflower seeds or peanuts.
Okay, great. Now that actually brings me to my next question, and I want to get an understanding from you a little bit about any allergies that you have or any food aversions that you might have.
I'm allergic to everything. I did an allergy test and they tested like 42 things, and there's only 7 out of the 42 that I'm not allergic to. So I did mention like my oral allergy to fruits and nuts. The reason being is that I'm allergic to the trees that produce those fruits and nuts. And so my body thinks that I'm eating the pollen from those trees. So like my mouth will swell up. But yeah, I can't eat fin fish. I can eat shellfish like lobster, shrimp, and crab. But things like avocado or apples, I can't just eat raw. I could eat them processed though.
Got it. Okay. So it seems like you have an allergy to fin fish like salmon and trout and catfish, but you can't eat shellfish. And you have an allergy to certain fruits. But in some fruits, if you eat them in a way that's been processed, you can tolerate those.
That's correct.
Okay, great. All right, so the next thing, let's talk a little bit about your food procurement. So let's talk about where you're getting the food from. Are you eating out? Do you have a home meal prep kit, or are you cooking your food?
I'm cooking most of my food except for if I go out to eat with friends or something like that, or on the weekend where I'm just kind of feeling a little lazy or like a little more indulgent. But I will go to the grocery store myself. I'll source my own ingredients and then I'll cook my own food. So, yeah.
Okay, great. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about your physical activity. Are you physically active? And if you are, about how many times a week are you moving your body?
I move my body 5 to 7 times a week, at least for 30 minutes each time. So that's my,
Okay. And tell me a little bit about the kind of movement that you're doing. Are you focused on lifting? Are you focused on cardio? Is it a combination?
it's definitely a combination. I do a couple of things. I try to walk at least every day. It just helps relieve stress and tension. And it's just like low impact walking. And then I do lift weights with a trainer 5 days out of the week. And then if I'm traveling and don't have access to the gym, then I will do like a Pilates and bar workout that I do at home.
Okay, great. So I'm hearing that you'll often do cardio and weightlifting or cardio and something like a bar class in the same day.
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, and then next up, I'm gonna get a little bit of metrics from you. So, could you please tell me your age, your height, and your weight?
I am 34, 5'3" and 3/4", and I weigh 210 pounds.
Okay. And can you tell me a little bit about your weight history? Have you experienced pretty much same weight throughout your adulthood? Have you experienced any major weight fluctuations, any major weight loss or weight gain, anything like that?
Yeah, I would say like as I've gotten older, I've gained weight every single year, it seems, or and I think a lot of that had to do with stress. And I was putting myself in the back burner and not paying attention to myself because of my job and my school. So during the pandemic, I really try to get a rein in on my health. And so these patterns that I just talked about are fairly new. They're about 2 years old, but I'm definitely seeing results with them.
Okay, great. And I've got just one more question for you. You talked about how you've seen a gradually increasing weight gain over the years. If you could quantify for me, what is a weight loss goal that you have in mind? Is there a number that you would like to lose?
I would say about 50 pounds.
50 pounds. Okay, great. So that wraps up all the questions that I have for you. Is there anything else that you would like to add to this nutrition assessment today?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, you too.